Testing, testing. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Can you hear me? New intro. You know, trying all this out. What up, what up, what up? Welcome back. I'm bored. And I literally couldn't even barely sleep last night. You know, when something goes wrong, especially with this kind of stuff, my streaming and technical, having technical difficulties, it's hard for me to let it go until I figure it out. And, I have a problem with that. And I noticed last night that there was some lag. And I think that's because I was streaming at 60 frames per second instead of 30 like I normally do. I figured maybe if I went to 60, it'd be a better resolution, but my bit rate was really low. And I noticed that my audio was going through, but it was like just paused my video. So I apologize to anybody that had to sit through that and watch that. That's not what I'm about. Let's make sure that chat is live. Enable live chat. Let's save that. Say hello if you're here. You should be able to now. Yeah, so I've just been kind of bored. Oh yeah, we got to get our background on. I wasn't even really prepared. This is kind of like last minute. I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to go live and see what happens. This thing is so fussy. It's not even funny. There's a lot of work that goes into, not just streaming, but for the sake of the topic, streaming today, but making any type of video. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I don't think people. What up, Drew? What up? What up? Are you new here? I haven't seen you before. But there's a lot of work that goes into streaming, like just setting up your aesthetics, making sure that you don't look like complete trash. Most days I try not to care too much because it's, it's like who's really looking their best these days. But making sure your lighting's right, your camera is in focus, your audio's right. Like there's so many things to check off. And it's and then you're going live to the world. Anybody can check in and say what's up. So it's like just this high anxiety, and I try to do these as much as possible just to get rid of that anxiety. So if you're debating on streaming, doing anything like that, like my only recommendation is just do it. Like where I started, I was nowhere near ready to jump into this. I mean, I had this action camera, this Walmart action camera, and it has a fisheye lens on it. It's meant for outdoor landscape video. And I had that set up with this laptop that could barely handle. I mean, it kept crashing when I tried to edit, but I just did it. It gave me something to do. And that's mainly, I mean, if I didn't have this right now, I really don't know what I'd be doing. And, you can bash me all you want and say, get a life, like stuff like that. You did see me here. We had a little Chainsmokers NF and Bieber talk on your anyone reaction video. Oh, what up? I feel like you changed your name though, Drew. And I did check out the Chainsmokers. I listened to one song. I can't remember which one it was. It was a few weeks ago. I feel like I've heard them before on the radio, probably. What are you up today? What are you up to today? What are you doing? I just made some bomb-ass mac and cheese, like actual homemade mac and cheese. It's one thing to make macaroni cheese. And you can say what you will, but getting those noodles just right, it's a task. You have to watch them. It takes dedication and patience. But I fried up some beef and onion and then Velveeta cheese and all that. It turned out pretty good. My brothers are still sleeping, so when they wake up, they'll have a nice little mac and cheese treat. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to figure out too, the best time to actually do these streams. When is I know I need to start advertising. I don't really know exactly how to go about that as far as, advertising and getting my name out there, but it's like, how do these channels get seen live? Like is it really just all in the title? And that's kind of why I put the president in there, cuz that's a big topic these days. Like I've said in many of my other videos, I try not to be political, but I'm trying to do some like clickbait too. Like, yo, I mean, cuz everyone's wondering who's going to be the president. I mean, it's so up in the air. We really don't know what is going on, and I think that's their plan, is to keep us in the dark completely, you know, in everything whatsoever. But so far, it looks like my stream is healthy. Um, Volume looks good. My levels look all right. Uh, yeah, we're in the green. We're good to go, baby. Good to go. One thing that I did notice, I'm kind of new to Reddit. I started Redditing, if that's what you call it, the beginning of last year when I started my YouTube channel, because I was like, I seen like PewDiePie, he's got his own little Reddit page, so I figured, like Reddit would be a good way to, spam my videos, and I was spamming like my stupid, just rant and raves, just hoping someone would click on it, trying to get plays. Stream is good. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good quality, good sound. Can't ask for much more. Yeah, and that's funny. I did a bench test on my upload speeds, and it's actually really good where I'm at. But down the road, if I'm going to continue to do stuff like this and be able to do it at any time, I did notice last night too, like that's when, other people in the household are up and using the network. So trying to stream, when they're awake, like earlier days are probably going to have to be my thing, unfortunately. I like the whole late night vibe, but during the day, my brothers sleep till 2 in the afternoon. So, and there's days that I like to, but with all this, like, I heard something the other day, like I'm a big fan of, I guess I'll just shout them out. Think Media. They have a YouTube channel, Sean Cannell. And, although I think at sometimes I feel like his personality is fake, he has that natural salesman pitch to him. But he's also got these videos where he gets real. Like last night he went live on Instagram. And I've always felt like his videos are really rehearsed, and scripted. But he went live last night and he was just flowing off the top of his head. He's gotten so good at it. He can go live and be just encouraging, off the top. And he said something like, don't expect to grow, just like as you would at a job. If you're going to expect to like become manager at your job or your workplace, don't expect to get promoted showing up part-time. And it kind of goes hand in hand with doing, this YouTube thing. Like you have to do it full-time if you want to get your name out there. And that's one thing, it hit me, because it's like these guys or these channels that I tend to go to, the less that they upload, the less that they're in my mind, and the less that I'm looking for them. And then when they do upload, it's like I totally forgot what made me interested in their channel in the first place. So it takes more persuasion, one, the title, two, the thumbnail, but it takes a lot more persuasion to get me to come back and watch their stuff. Granted, the time, and what I'm doing, I haven't been watching much of anyone else's stuff lately because I've just been so into what I'm trying to do. But yeah, like when I get into someone, I try to, I kind of binge on what they're doing, and maybe I wear myself out on their content, but I watch everything, and like I try to get up to speed on where they're at, where they came from, and where they're at. And then if they don't upload for a week, 2 weeks, and then I see something, I like I said, I forget why I started watching them in the first place. So I'm trying to stay relevant, even though I'm not at all right now, obviously. But I'm trying to get into um, just a habit of being consistent, showing up, being consistent. And that's the thing, like, I haven't developed a time schedule yet, what days, and my audience, shout out to India. I have a lot of viewers from over in India. Um, and their time schedule is completely different from where I'm at. So like right now, I'm pretty sure they're all asleep. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning there, I believe. So it's just hard to find that balance, like in who you want to watch, finding your crowd. And that's kind of something that makes me regret doing the reactions, because doing that, I kind of grabbed people from all over, female, male, and I didn't regret it at the time. That's what I wanted, but I didn't think of the latter consequences. Like grabbing all different ages, like the saying goes, if you're trying to please everybody, you'll please nobody. And that's what I was trying to do with reactions, is grab everybody from, rock to rap to the pop, hip hop, all that. And so I gained these subscribers from these singular videos in each category. And then now that I'm uploading stuff like this, and I go to what I enjoy, like rap and stuff, they're less likely to watch that. Maybe you should try reacting to more artists. I know KSI's reactions get a lot of views. Also Bieber, NF, the songs that make it on top 10 Billboard Hot 100. No, dude, and I totally agree with you on that. And that's, if you look at my channel, my past videos, that's exactly what I was doing. I got tired of not getting the views, and I knew exactly what to react to get the views. And and you're probably just tuning in to why I'm doing this, but I'm trying to stay away from reactions because I got a copyright strike. I just hit my 1,000 subscriber mark, and I had my 4,000 watch hours, which you need both those two essential things to get into to get monetized. And all of a sudden, I like, as soon as I hit 1,000, all of a sudden I get a copyright strike from doing a reaction to Bieber's Anyone video. It's like, and I had been doing full on hour-long reactions to his material, and they let all that slide. But then Anyone came out and they just nailed me, and so that video got taken down. So I lost, and that had like 10,000 views. So all that watch time went down the drain when they removed that video. So then I hit my 1,000 mark, but I only had like 3,000 watch hours. And I need 4,000 by February 13th. So that's another reason why I'm doing these lives. But I want to do lives. I'm not just doing it to get the watch time. And I'm kind of at that point where it's like, I don't even care anymore. I set myself to this standard of, getting within a year. And that's YouTube set that standard. Within 12 months, you have to have 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. But after the 12 months, you can have 1,000. The 1,000 subscribers doesn't restart, but your watch time does. So I set myself to this standard, like, you have to hurry up within a year. And I was really let down. Like, everything in me just wanted to say, screw it. Like, this isn't for me. But and even if it's not for me, if this isn't exactly where I'm supposed to be, I enjoy it in the moment, you know? I really do. Um, I like I said, maybe I said it earlier. I don't know what I would be doing if it wasn't this. And I do other things, like I do, artwork. I created like an album cover for, uh, Reflekton Records. I'd like Reflekton Records in the future to be, like a record label slash production slash, like artist management. I'd love to get in down the road, like, and deal with artists, maybe even through this, and let them know where I went wrong. Because there's so many things, like, I think that's just part of life, like, that I would do differently back in the day. I made a big mistake. It's funny. I look back, when YouTube first came out, anyone was temporarily deleted on YouTube as well because it was abusive. Oh wow. So maybe that's why. It could be. I did not know that. See, that's why I like doing stuff like this. Like, I get to catch up on things and I dig, but you can't get everything, obviously. So like connecting with all of you guys, like, and you bring up stuff like this. I did not know it was abusive. Like, how? In what way? I'm gonna have to look that up. I mean, so Rocky 2 was abusive? Because that's basically, I mean, weird. Um, Bro, you're doing good. Subscribers come with time. Just do you. Be who you are, and people will find and like you because you're original. Dude, you don't understand how much that means to me. I really appreciate that, Drew. For real. Like, I mean, and that's the biggest thing is like being you. Like, with the reactions, I felt like I had to be upbeat, because no one wants to watch, and you're just like, so today we have Justin Bieber with anyone. Like, you have to be like, yo, what up? Welcome back. Let's get this thing rolling. Hit that track, baby. Like, you have to be upbeat. And, when these videos were coming out, like, being a small channel, you have to be on top of them. You have to hit them when they come out. Because if you're a week late, even a day late, everyone's done and watched all the reactions. All the big ones, all the big channels have hit it. So, like, when you get on it right away and you put it out first, you got to be first. It's like the news, like, you don't want to be the last one to the scene and putting out old news. So, you really, it's a rat race. And I've said this before. It really is with reaction channels. You're clawing to be that first. So then not only would I have to do it whenever the video dropped, even if I was like, there was times where I'd be laying in bed ready to just pass out. And I would literally have to hop up, get changed, set all this up and hop into the video. So then my mind was just all over the place. And then, I forgot my train of thought. Not only have to hop in whenever the video drops, but I would feel rushed to, put out the video. My editing got put to the side. I wanted to hurry up and just get it, bounced and uploaded. Just hurry up, boom. And then as it was uploading, I would spend the most time out of anything, I felt like, on my thumbnails. I'd spend, because it would take like 10 minutes to upload, 10, 15 minutes. So yeah, I would spend all this time on this thumbnail to get people to click on it and thinking of the title. So then, people would click on it and I knew that my content wasn't living up to what I could be doing, and it just, and then figuring out how long you can let the song play. I mean, legally, even in a live stream, if you're playing someone's copyrighted music for even 1 second, that's copyright infringement. So it's like trying to find these loopholes, and it's like, I don't need that. I'm always wondering in the back of my mind, like, down the road, is someone gonna find this channel if I do blow up and like hit me for one of these videos, and just, you're putting your life in someone else's hands, and it's bound to get taken away. I mean, it's time and time again over. I mean, people love to copyright strike, and sue over that kind of stuff. And it's like, I'm not gonna leave my hard work up for someone else to just take like that, like, I don't know. No, man, the problem with anyone video was because of Justin and Selena's relationship. Taylor Swift's and Selena's fans don't like him and always report his stuff, so that's the only problem. Weird. I don't get if, and that's the thing too, like, anyone can hit you with a copyright strike. And you have to prove it to get that copyright strike taken down. Anyone, if they can just dislike you, and it's like, man, you're skating on thin ice sometimes with this YouTube thing. But with Selena, I did not know that Selena Gomez dated The Weeknd. And it feels like The Weeknd and Bieber are kind of in this battle royale right now, but they're not vocalizing it. It's just weird. I understand you, but your content is way better for me because I'm not looking for someone to scream when they react, but actually hear how people feel about it and just explain how they relate to it. Man, I feel you on that as well. And that's why I started to, you get all these channels that, it's good to be animated. It's to entertain. And there's some that are good at it. But for most, they're just hitting all those one-liners and those punchlines and just really overreacting it. But that's the thing, when I was rushing, I felt like I wasn't even listening to the song really. I'm thinking about the views. I'm thinking about getting it out. And it's like, there was so much stuff, like, and it was really a letdown when I did M's new material, his new content. Like, I stayed up literally that whole week. I wasn't able to sleep. And then it finally, and I wasn't even sure. No one was sure if it was going to drop. And then it does. And when it did, it was like midnight on a Friday, and I was literally burnt. And I feel like I just, M, I grew up on M. He was my idol. And I felt like I couldn't do his content justice. At that time, it's just so disappointing. But, back to what you're saying, like, dude, there's only so long before reaction channels are gone. I mean, that's just the reality of it. Music, even, like, how long can music maintain the way it's going? Like, I have a feeling it'll bounce back here. But it's like, artists rely on shows. So someone's got to come out with a way. I mean, we're able to hear all this music. I mean, they get but they're not even getting a percentage from like the YouTube plays. Like, think about it. I mean, artists are gonna quit it. Like, where's Post Malone been? Like, maybe he's just taking a good break, but like, a lot of artists are gone because they know, they see it. Like, why waste your time? And I believe, do music just because, like, it's what music can save the world. It can save people. But I feel like that's what this is about, like, just breaking everyone down, like, but I plan to, what I plan to do is, like, I know Bieber's got an album coming out. What up, Christian? What up? But what I plan to do with these lives too is, nah, dude, it's all good. Show up when you can. Say hi when you want. Leave if I piss you off. But no, what I was saying with like reactions, I don't want to give away what I'm doing. And I'm sure someone else has done it. I guess I haven't looked, but I plan to like go live before an album drops and like give a place for people to in real time talk about it. Like, yeah, I don't know if I can play the music. I don't think I can. But maybe I can listen to it and y'all can just like see my reaction and just have it in my headphones. I don't know. I haven't figured out the details about it. Um, I don't plan to stop listening to music. There hasn't been anything, and there hasn't really been anything. I guess I haven't looked too hard. I've got a lot of notifications set up to get notified when new material drops. And I haven't seen anything in a while. Like Chevelle, they dropped a song, Self Destructor. I listened to that. I didn't really get into it. Um, the sound, and I used to love Chevelle. Like they were the soundtrack to my life for a few years. And there's just the emotion's not there. The baby came out with Masterpiece. There's nothing that I really want to chase right now, and it's like it's just that quiet time of year. You could play the music, just have it be quiet. That avoids strikes while being able to hear it. Yeah, that's maybe, something like I could do, like, like flip out a headphone or something like that. It's tricky because I mean, YouTube picks up on stuff. I mean, they visually, even if, I've tried it like where um you turn down the opacity of the video so it's like see-through, and they still can see it in your video. Like how they do that, I don't know. Well, what it is when you're a reactor, they're avoiding copyright strikes, but their material still gets copyrighted. Like you'll see it when you upload the video, and you have a chance to dispute it or trim it out or delete the video. So if you've ever noticed like some videos kind of skip around, that's because they choose to trim it out, and then you don't have a copyright claim on your video. But every video you do that has someone else's music in it that's copyrighted, you get a copyright claim. And with a copyright claim, it still cannot be monetized. So a lot of these reactors, um, they're throwing it out and they're not monetizing. Um, and I don't know if they're getting deals. That's why a lot of them have paid promotions. That's how they make their money. They have other channels, like they do Patreon accounts where you can like listen to the whole thing. But it's like even at Patreon, you're still like they're gonna get nailed down the road because you're still uploading someone else's content and receiving money for it. It's one thing when you're doing it for free. But yeah, a lot of these reaction channels, what they're doing is they're just uploading it, and then the content creator, the artist, the publisher is able to receive the revenue and from the ads that are playing on your video. But if you dispute it and you win, then you can get it. Wow. That was a ramble. That's one thing I can rant. I mean, I can really like I've got so much built up inside this head. Like let's talk. Let's chat. That's another thing. Who's the guy? He was a Twitch streamer. He committed suicide. I never heard of him. Something with an R. Reckful. So yesterday I watched. Yeah, that's the thing. It really is. It's just a fun kind of, it's a way to get people to comment. And yeah, I thought about donations. And that's the thing. I can't even do donations yet because I still haven't gotten monetized. I'm still under review. But yeah, Reckful. Give me a like. Let's get an F in chat. Pay respects to Reckful. Like I said, I had no idea who he was. And yesterday I stumbled across. I'm getting the chills talking about this. Let's change this title before I get into it. Changing the title. I'm bored, chat and coffee, paying respects to Reckful. Sorry. Rest in peace, big homie. Save that. But he was this Twitch streamer and he was really big and he made a game. It's called Everland. But I watched his last stream and he was just super depressed and like his biggest thing was just creating a place where people could, where you could find friends. And someone said he said at the end, if you ever get lonely, talk to each other. But God, where is it? But he had just a huge community. God dang. But he ended the stream with a smile. Like, and it was haunting to watch. And God, I really wish I could see exactly what he said. And I didn't know, I just seen, it says his last stream and I was like, oh, this big streamer is, he's ending his stream life, ending his channel. But I watched it and I didn't read the comments. I was just watching it. But then I read the comments and realized that he killed himself after this, allegedly. And but you can see it in his eyes, like in how he was saying it, like he looks at the camera and he's like, I'll see you guys. And he pauses and then he's like, soon. I'll see you guys soon. And he literally just wanted to create a place to help with his depression. And I feel that. Like, I'm not generally a depressed guy. I think depressing thoughts at times. I think we all do. But I've really, and I don't want to sound arrogant, I guess, but I've been training myself, and I feel like those of us who have been introverts this long, all of your life, like we're here to help others in these times. Like I can't imagine, people that are used to going out every night and like just they're social animals, and there's nothing wrong with that. We were meant to be that. But I used to be, but I just adapted into this. I started enjoying, and it started back with my ex when she had, you know, started when we broke up. I wasn't used to being alone, and when she would leave or when we would split up, and I had to be alone, I didn't know how to handle it. Getting all choked up. I didn't know how to handle it at first. That's all right, homie. Small steps. Small steps. I appreciate you though. But yeah, I didn't know how to handle it and I'd literally go crazy from boredom. I hated being alone. But as a child, I enjoyed it. But then like something growing up, I just loved all the attention. And, like through school, like hanging out with people, all that fun stuff. But then, you know, later on in life when we were together, we'd wake up, go to sleep, and maybe that was our problem. We never did anything else other than with each other. So then when she would leave, like I would get so self-destructive. I didn't know what to do. um and then years passed, like 7 years. My brother is mad at me knocking stuff over. It's brothers for you, man. It's brothers for you. Me and my brothers are grown and we still knock shit over all the time. Fight and throw stuff. Stupid. Um, but it's like 7 years in the works now, where I finally learned like to really just be inside my head and um reroute my thoughts. Like it's weird how that comes about. And you literally, before you let boredom set in, you know when it's gonna set in and when those thoughts are gonna kick in. So you automatically boot your system and refresh to find something to do. Like at least for me, like I woke up kind of having that feeling today. I had a little, like I said at the beginning of starting this, I had this urge to get in and make sure that I could fix the problems. And so far I'm happy. It looks like it's kind of worked its kinks out. um but as I was saying, be careful what you wish for. Sometimes when you're in your own head, you remember stuff that you don't want to. No, and that's true. But you have to confront, Carl Jung mentioned about our dark half, our shadow side. You have to confront that. It's that dragon that is always breathing that fire behind you. And if you never turn around and raise your sword and confront that dragon, you're going to lose every time. It might be a battle. You might have to keep getting up. But you can't just lock that stuff away. You have to step inside your head, because there's going to come a day when these electronics, there's not going to be the people, things that entertain us are not going to be there. Maybe just for a few hours or whatever, or something happens where you're in a car just driving down the road, your phone dies, something. But you're going to be in your head. There's going to be a moment. And if you're not trained on how to deal with those thoughts, that dragon is going to burn you alive. And I was good at hiding those emotions and good at not thinking about that stuff. But I've had this time to really dive in and train, and um, yeah, that's actually a good technique. But I think we're so trained to um, divert from the fear of our thoughts, and these breathing techniques. And yes, it's good to calm yourself, but you have to be aware. Dude, I swear my brain is a real life radio. Like I hear songs so randomly, that in songs that I haven't listened to in ages, that just, it's like this channel that like it kicks in, and like I hear these songs and I'll just start singing to myself. It's crazy. That's funny you say that. Um but yeah, you really, have to train yourself. As I was saying, I forget where I was really going with that. It's you saying that brain radio. It brings up a topic I kind of want to talk about, like having a brain fart. No, I was thinking, I've thought this for a while, but it really hit me the other day. Like I feel like we're all sincerely connected. In this weird web way. Like there's so many times where I will do something and I'll think of new ideas, and I won't even voice it. I'll literally just think it. And I haven't seen it anywhere. Nothing has influenced this thought that maybe subconsciously, I don't know. But then I'll see someone do it like a few hours later. And it's like, or the thing that I'm thinking about that day, something that is interesting, or like, it's almost like there's a topic for the day where everybody gets in on it and everybody's doing the same kind of thing. Like we are all very connected, whether you know it or not, in so many different ways. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like I think it might be bad in the sense that, like, where's originality, but good in the sense that if we can all connect and be on the same wavelength, like we could get a lot done. We could accomplish a lot more than everyone just having these opinions that just bash. Um, but it's so weird. Like You know when you try to remember a song and you forget that one part and feel like you have to remember it? Yeah, that happens quite a bit. That happens quite a bit actually. But it's so weird like um I noticed like the other night like when I was going to go live it was Thursday night I was going to do it. And I looked up live podcasts. And thank you, Christian, for actually bringing that to my attention. I never thought to look up live podcasts and then hit the live under filter. But it was like everybody was doing it. And it's like, okay, everybody, I don't know what Friday could have in common with everyone or Thursday. Maybe that's just a good day and everyone feels good. But I'm not really hitting this topic where I wanted to. It's hard to explain, really. Um, there you'll understand if you understand what I'm saying. Give me a like. Let me know that I'm not alone. But I swear, there's a way that we are all connected that is unknown to us. I believe everything in the universe is connected, but I feel like our brains and our thoughts are almost like an internet, and it's getting, like how it used to be. If you remember, like the Yahoo, the dial up, it was really slow. But I feel like our brains are learning to be faster with it because there's literally things that I will think of and it's just boom. Uh, did you see when I commented at 3 p.m. works best on Friday because kids are just getting out of school? And I did see your comment and I appreciate that. But I find myself wondering, do I really, want kids watch? I don't know how much of an influence I am to kids. I don't know what age range you are. It's hard because it's like if I start, gaining a younger audience, I feel like I have to be careful, because you're an influencer when you're doing stuff like this. And, the stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about, I am not, I don't know if I'm capable of being, um, yeah, for lack of a better term, a role model for anybody. I just don't want, I fear having a younger audience, um, for the fact that, um, and I guess I've always wanted to, help younger, like teens and stuff like that. Like that's where I was most troubled in my life, and I feel like if I could go back and tell myself a few things, I would have saved myself a lot of trouble. So I guess I wouldn't mind it. Um, and then I guess I haven't found my crowd yet. I don't know who my crowd is. And then you get the older crowd where they're like, who's this millennial on a camera? What's he talking about, Janice? What's this boy fucking yapping about? Talking about conspiracies and strangeness. Who's Reckful? So it's like, I don't know who my audience is. And I kind of feel like that's where, PewDiePie in the Minecraft culture, he gained a really young audience very quickly. And like, he was off the chain. Like, he was wild. And like, I feel like you're 13. Okay. Um, no, and I feel that, I get that, when I was in my teens, I enjoyed, like, you probably don't remember, like Tom Green and stuff like that. And like Eminem, he was that bad guy, like, but look how much ridicule he got, and like, you have to be careful because it's like, who are you influencing, like, who are you talking to? And I know that a majority of YouTube is the younger generation. So I am aware of that, and Juice World is my beat. Hell yeah. R.I.P. Um, yeah, so I'm trying to find who that crowd is and what appeals to them. I don't know how many. I'm surprised that you're Kid Leroy. I just started listening to him because of the reactor No Life Shack. Uh, I had no idea that Kid Laroi even existed, but yeah, he's got some jams for sure. I don't even know what you're doing here, Christian. Like, how am I not boring you? Like, I would just think listening to um me if I was 13, I'd be like, who's this dude? What is this dude even talking about? But then again, I mean, you guys have school, and then I'm sure you go home and you're locked down. And that's why I started doing this. Um, the whole talk thing. I enjoy hearing people talk. Just having someone in the background, whether you're working on something, you're on your computer, just a voice, someone to drown out your own thoughts, I guess. And that's kind of, this helps me. One, I talk about the things that are just circling in my head all day, like great white sharks. Um, but I'm able to quiet my mind because my mouth is so loud. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, but that's how I feel. In talk radio, it's huge. People love podcasts. Some people just want someone to read a book. I thought about that too. Like, I've been told a few times that I have a good voiceover voice, like a radio. I don't hear it. I've tried. I'm never happy with how I sound. I like hearing myself through a microphone, but like when I hear it back, it never sounds the same. And it's so tricky on a microphone, like to get that sound. Like my EQs, like I could mess with them all day, every day. And there's times I do, and it's like I just got to keep telling myself, don't fix what isn't broken. Like, as long as I'm not too loud, I'm not too quiet, and it just sounds decent, like, just leave it. Cause like you'll drive yourself mad trying to sound right. And I get picky because I hear so many YouTubers that they sound horrible. They really do. And that's PewDiePie with that. He's got a shotgun mic and it's so close. Like, that's meant to be up in the air and just kind of catch everything. And his audio, like, I don't know how people listen to it. I love his personality, his content. For I'd say 50% of it, I don't care. Oh, mac and cheese is working its way. I'd say 50% of it I don't care for. The other 50%, it's like, wow. Like, I mean, there's stuff like when you hear him talk about starting a YouTube channel. He did a video of starting, or how to do thumbnails. Like, and he's just so to the point. Like, you wouldn't think that PewDiePie. I mean, the guy, you wouldn't think that he would know how to give advice. But then I watch a video where he's giving advice and like doing tutorials, and it's like this guy is the best teacher I have ever seen and listened to. Like, his tutorial for doing a thumbnail, it's just so to the point. And he throws in, like, he's not even trying to be funny, but it's kind of funny, like, I don't know. But then like his other videos, it's like, I'm not into gaming. I'm not into Minecraft. It's just not me. I do miss Call of Duty. I actually downloaded the Warzone app for my computer. I was gonna play it, but it's like you have to just, like, and I've been out of the loop for like 2 years with Call of Duty. Modern Warfare was like the last one that really just had me. But this stuff, it's so fast paced, like you have to train for it. And I'm not trying to cover all those bases. And I feel like I've watched a few streamers. I feel like it's kind of broken too. Like, the online, just, it's so, there's so many hackers. Like, that would F my head up so bad right now. So I'm not even trying to get into that. But yeah, I really hope that someday, and here's a be careful what you wish for moment. I really hope someday that I can, start seeing this chat flying by, and really get And I also hope that YouTube adds more things. Like, I think their chat experience, like how Facebook, how you can reply within a comment. This you can, at somebody and call them out. But if a chat's flying, you're not going to see that stuff. But if you can go within a comment and open that, like Facebook's kind of got that unlocked. They really do. Um, yeah, the chance that you found me, I have no idea how that happened, dude. Like, I guess you could say you got lucky. Um, at Reflekton Records. I gotta fix that camera angle when I zoom in there. Oh yeah. Let's do that live. So let's zoom in. Bring that up a little bit. Should I zoom in on that? Hello. Hi, friends. I think that's good. Okay. Okay. Oh, I think this is the first time that I've worn a different shirt other than my Reflekton Records homemade shirt. Well, not homemade, but my self-made shirts. Also, why do you zoom in? I do it. Also, I'm kind of that monotone. You were doing your first stream. I zoom in to give it more of like how they do that in like YouTube videos. Like the act, like they do like the zoom in when they're being serious or when they make a stupid face. Like I'm trying to do that, or like when I'm getting serious. Um, it's just something that I found appealing other than I found in another stream that appealed to me. It's just kind of goofy. But I'm trying to incorporate things that I find appealing. Like no one likes that zoom in of their face. Like, trust me, I don't want the camera any closer than it is. I, in fact, like to be further away. That's what's nice too about this boom arm. I can be pretty far away. It's kind of nice. I can just chill back. That's another thing. I don't know if you can see this. This was a $200 boom arm. And one makes me mad. I spent $200 on this. One, if you see right here, this boom arm was designed specifically for the Shure SM7B. And then this extension is meant so, you have plenty of room between these mounting brackets. This is an extension piece, but if you see the threading for it, and I don't know who cares. I care. That's why I'm talking about it. This threading, this is the kind of thing that drives me nuts. There's this much gap. It's like they didn't in the pictures when you're buying it, this, it sits flush. But this threading, there's like half an inch. I don't know if half an inch. Let's get my handy dandy tape measure. Yeah, there's a good half an inch between. I mean, they didn't test fit, and like, if you look it up, if you look up this this Gator Frameworks boom arm, definitely not worth $200. I mean, no, not worth $200. It looks cool, it's better than what I had. This is what I was using. This little, I mean, this thing's not even meant to hang clothes on. I mean, figured maybe down the road I could put a light on it or something if I need a light to just hang on to it. But I used that forever, you know, that's where I started. It is what it is. But and then another thing, like as advertised, you know, it shows this light. That was my big thing, this on-air light. And it's not even a real like on-air light. Man, you can do whatever you want. Like, I'll be here just chit-chatting, bro. But this on-air light, it's not technically on air because I could turn off my microphone or, you know, turn off the light and I'm still on air. I'm still on air. And then I turn it on and I'm on air. Like, I thought it was something that would go through, if you understand audio applications, I thought it would go through like phantom power. And like when you gave power to the microphone, it would turn on. No, not the case. And then you flip through colors. Like, that's supposed to be blue and then red. Like, and I wanted the red, like, on air light. But it doesn't even show up. Like, it doesn't even show up with my camera. Like, it looks like crap. Right on, bro. Go rate a stream. I hope someday I can. I want to get rated. That's where, you know, like you're in a big stream of some like gamer and then like everybody from the stream goes to someone else's to give them views and likes, right? I believe that's what a raid is. So yeah, my light. And it's supposedly something with the camera, they say, but it's like if I turn off my key light, it shows up better. So now I just keep it on purple. I mean, because it matches my background lighting. But then it just shows up white. It's like, it is what it is. Has this been playing? Okay, it's playing. Yeah, so let's see here. What else do we have? Reddit. Oh, that's a big thing. My Reddit. It's been blowing up. Let's go to scene 2 here. There we go. Now we're on Reddit. Oh, there we go. So I've seen this. 3 UFOs filmed over Brazil by pilot. It's kind of cool, I think. And I was just talking to someone. They were talking about the other night. They were driving for the morning. And they don't know if it was a meteor or what, but this huge bright light came at them. And it looked like, have you ever seen like a representation of the North Star? They said that's what it looked like, but it was flying and it had like rainbow colors behind it. And that to me is like a meteor, you know, but they swear it was not a meteor. There's strange things going on. I mean, we don't know who the president's going to be. I seen yesterday, let's see how that's doing for me. I posted a video. And it's actually doing really good. If you go to high strangeness, this is my first like oh, it's not even up anymore. Oh, here it is. Posted by Reflekton Records. And I kind of did this last night. It didn't show up very well, so maybe we'll try it again. But it's getting big. Like, I got 681 upvotes, like, and that was 21 hours ago. So 681, you look at these other ones, like 48, 31, 7, 169, like, boom, shakalaka. But this video,
Developing tonight, South Florida
Gotta replay
shaking. The
that.
rumbling.
Listen to this.
Developing.
I mean, listen to that. I mean, that's just creepy in itself. You know, like things that people are having to deal with these day and ages, like the rioting, the pandemic, the lockdowns, the vaccine, the elections, and now they can't even be in their homes without their flipping doors shaking. Like, if that happened to me, I would be on high alert. Like around here, like if just things started flexing in the house and shaking, like, I mean, what are we supposed to think? I wish I could find it here. There was a guy. Let's see all here. Gosh, I don't know where it is. Let's go back here. He mentioned something about it. I don't want to have to go through all these comments. I wish you could see what you upvoted. But he was the only one that made sense out of all these comments. And this is crazy to me to see this many comments on something I posted on Reddit. Like, I had no idea. I used to be, and that's one thing, like, I used to be so good at like memeing. Like I did memes in real life. My brothers and I were like, where we come from, like we started memes. I swear. I swear. Trying to see. But I need to get back into that because, god dang, I love memes. I know there's a huge following for memes. I'm so dang serious lately. Well, geez, that's one thing. I mean, with Reddit, things just get buried. I have no idea where the heck it went. If you're watching and you're no longer intrigued, I don't blame you. This is just me starting my day. You know, I woke up, made some mac and cheese, and this is what I do. I get on the computer and I search things till I find. But I never find. I just search. I have no idea. Here it is. This guy, Geo Soul, USGS. I don't know what that stands for. Focuses on down, not up. So that's like whatever measures earthquakes, whatever you call it. So if so many people were experiencing shaking, but the USGS didn't register it, means it was awfully shallow in effect. Thus, look up instead of down. What craft could have been flying over to cause an effect? Do we have maybe a suggestion, flight path, based on those affected? I mean, that's where I got 10 upvotes. All I do is point a finger up. And that's where it's like, what's going on? With these, and that's another thing, like in the COVID relief bill is, let's switch back here. In the COVID relief bill, there's a big thing. I just rated 3 streams. I hope it sheds some light on you. What does that mean? Like, so you just like, you put my, did you tag me or something? Like I said, I don't know exactly how rating works. I'm under the assumption it's where everyone, I appreciate whatever you did, your rating. Go forth, young soldier, raid away. Yeah, from what I understand, it's where everyone from the chat goes to another stream. But yeah, in the COVID relief bill, it states that one of the provisions is that the government has 180 days from when that relief bill was signed to disclose everything they have, all the information they have on UFOs. Now, UFOs aren't necessarily aliens, extraterrestrial, not illegal aliens, just extraterrestrial beings. UFOs, it's an unidentified flying object. So it could be from another country, um, or even a civilian that built one. It's not known. And I've tried to plug my channel on Reddit. I feel like I just get bashed. Like no one wants you. You cannot self-promote on Reddit. It's the weirdest thing. Like they really try to discourage you from self-promotion. I mean, I went to the podcast Reddit. I was like, and I didn't like, hey, just go check out my podcast. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, hey, who's looking for what kind of podcast? What times are you looking for? Like all these just questions about new podcasts and the material that, I was hoping I could get some input on, things that people are looking for but not able to find. And if what they were looking for was part of my interest, I could share that with them and let them know. And at the end, I just put Reflekton Records. I didn't put my URL. I didn't say go to my YouTube. Nothing. I just stated that I was starting a YouTube channel for podcasts, and they deleted it. It's like, I don't know, Reddit, it's a good source for information, maybe not good information, but it is not a place to promote yourself unless you have a great kick-ass meme. If you have something funny, or if you want to be picked on and you want someone to roast you. Oh my God, speaking of roast, I gotta find it. Hold on a second. This is bad. I gotta play this. This is something else. One podcast that I like watching is called The King and the Sting. It's Theo Von. He's a comedian. And he does let's see here. Hopefully this shows up. Window capture. Okay. Let's see if this works for you guys. Is that working? Yes. Okay. Watch this and tell me this isn't crazy. This is what they do. They do, like it's called little segments. Rip my drip. You can roast your uncle. Just weird skits or sketches, whatever. This dude, like, this is why I try not to speak out on the internet, because you will get torn up. I mean, this guy isn't usually on the show that does the torturing, but yeah, let's just watch it. This kid gets ripped. So it's King and the Sting. I forget what the game is called. I think it's Rip My Drip, they call it. But anyways, here we go.
So how you feel about dudes bringing back that men's crop top?
So he's asking, how do you feel about guys bringing back crop tops? Which this guy, I mean, he's asking for it, okay? But beware, this is crazy. This guy just rips into him.
Crop top's tough to pull off.
Well, it's not tough for him because he sucked dick for coke. Now, that's not a gay man.
God. Like right off the bat, just dunk. He just hits him.
But he has sucked dick for a gram of cocaine. So if you're a businessman and you're at a convention somewhere in Virginia and you're staying at a hotel and you find yourself on a certain website at a certain hour of night, that guy's showing up to your hotel room and you're going to get to suck this guy off. You're going to give him $200 and he's going to leave and he's going to go to fucking Waffle House and just fucking live.
I mean, That's not even, if you think that was bad, it hasn't even begun yet. I mean, listen to this. And this is what makes the show. I've never heard them rip someone this bad. Like this dude's life is over after this.
That's exactly what that guy's life is. And by the way, if it isn't, it should be, and it's tragic.
This guy will give you a blowjob with his butthole.
That's Theo Vaughn. I mean, why he looks like Ray Charles. He's gotten into this thing where like he wears weird outfits. Like there's a thing where like they make fun of each other. They roast each other. Like Theo looks like, you know, a stupid Ray Charles, or, you know, I'm not good at it, but, you know, Theo looks like a blind man at a church parade, you know, like that's just, he wears these clothes so people will rip on him.
Know that. First of all, I think the guy's seemed like a nice guy, beautiful young guy, you know, obviously trying to get through college, trying to make it after college.
Maybe.
And,
Yeah, there's no way.
I don't think so, Bubba.
He's never gone anywhere near a college.
He's just counting down the days to
yeah.
spring break.
Yeah, maybe best case he's in a technical school by the side of a highway. Best case he's learning to be an air conditioning repairman at a technical school, which he hasn't showed up to
He's
in
just
2
getting
weeks.
into him.
And his mother has left cell phone messages saying, "We're fucking paying for this.
We're paying for
okay?
ITT Tech.
Yeah, Brett, we're paying for this. Are you doing okay?" This is the type of guy that disappears for a year. He uploads song lyrics at 1 a.m. on Facebook. Then everyone's like, "Oh, he's in trouble." The comments on the page are like, "Where are you?" He disappears for a year, and then he reemerges with a blurry photo of himself standing on a hill and a Bible quote. That's who this guy is.
That's just so sad, man. Like they just rip into him. I mean, that dude, I mean, give me a like if you feel for that dude, because his friends are gonna see that. That's something. I don't know. It didn't seem as bad watching it the second time, but when I first watched it, it hit me hard. Like, you know, because I'm that guy. Like, not that guy that wears crop tops or does blow, but I'm that guy at the end. Yeah, he's done, dude. He's done. For real. But I'm that guy that, what he said at the end, that 1 a.m. will post song lyrics to Facebook and then disappear for a year. Like, I think I've literally done that where, you know, I posted some, you know, just some sketchy lyrics about my life that people were wondering where I was at that moment, you know, in my head. And then a year later, I resurfaced. You know, I don't know about the blurry picture holding a Bible, but I did come to my senses, and I guess I saw the light. But yeah, that is the highlight of my day. You know, like I said, go check out King and the Sing. And that's one of those shows too. Like, I just watched that. You know, but there is I forget who it was that in Rocky, speaking of Rocky again with Bieber, Rocky wore a crop top and he could pull it off back then. Back then there was things that people could do, like the Jerry curl and stuff. And I feel like we're slowly getting back to that, as creepy as it is. Like the 80s, you know, like disco and stuff. Like, listen to the music. The Weeknd, Miley Cyrus with Lipa or Dua Lipa. Yeah, they're bringing back disco pop. I just seen Chucky in the background. I forgot I made that and put that in there. But yeah, I feel like disco's coming back, and as scary as it is. So, like, that guy's dream isn't that far off. I just think it's too early to, in that video, I mean, he's on a hoverboard in an empty room with a dog bed in the corner, and just the way he presented it was all wrong. He was looking to get beat up verbally. And I don't promote violence. I don't promote bullying. Because it sucks when you, like, that's a fear of mine, is like, through this, like, dang, like, someone's gonna see me and they're gonna tear me apart. Like, I keep it minimal. You know, I try to watch what I say. I don't just blab about things that I don't know anything about. I try not to. You know, there's a lot, you know, as much as I've experienced, like, I'm very versatile in life experiences. So if you want to know what not to do, I'm your guy. I'll let you know. But you know, other than that, there's certain things I hate. I think anybody does. It goes without saying, but I hate being wrong or sounding stupid. You know, I it's not my intention whatsoever. But anyways, you know, I'm gonna have to cut this a little bit short here. It's 1:40 where I'm at. I believe the house will start waking up here soon. Therefore, my streams will start to lag, and I'll have some pissed off siblings that want to get on their PS4, and I'm taking up all the bandwidth. So with that, folks, you know, like always, I hope you enjoy your weekend. You stay safe. I hope you do something productive. Yeah, I love dark songs. Like, seriously, dark songs, dark humor. It does deal with depression. It's weird. It's an oxymoron, but it's weird. So if you're looking for that kind of like dark humor, I'm telling you, King and the Sting. Go check it out. I'm going to put that in chat here. King. The King and the Sting podcast. Go check it out, yo. But anyways, stay safe. Do something productive. And as always, Godspeed.